Right. We're live.
Hey.
Good
morning, internet.
Yeah, day 2.
Day 2, and we do have one person watching us from 30,000 feet. So thank you, Andy. We can't wait to have you here, and hopefully, I did see Andy very active last night on LinkedIn. So hopefully he's able to live out through the whole
LinkedIn. He's also pretty active on Slack channel last night.
And the Atlassian community. He's been kind of
he's like if he was here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Essentially. So hopefully all the videos made it look like you were here, or made you feel like you were here.
We still miss you. We still hope you're going to be here.
All right. So now enough love for Andy. How about we give some love to our amazing team at Deiser, who is generous enough to give us 30 minutes of their booth here, booth 127. So we are, if you're watching live, come by booth 127. But if you're watching the replay and you're at the expo, make sure you stop by booth 127. They're here all day. Be careful with the socks, but they got socks.
Oh,
you
yes.
gotta ask the right people, gotta know the right person, but they definitely got socks.
There's nothing like socks for swag. I mean, it's kind of
They pack well. They're useful. I love them.
They're nice and comfy. It's
They
just
hold up well too. I
Yes,
see
they
you're
do.
wearing them.
Yeah. Do we have an example of their socks from this year somewhere?
Yes, they're right behind us.
Oh, look, it's Fede.
Yeah, Fede, why don't you come in here and do a quick little introduction? And while we're also at it,
Grab some socks real quick.
and while we're at it, let's introduce our guest of honor here today. Well, first, we got the socks. So here's the socks. Just flash them up there.
This is a sample right here of the socks. Latest design. Really comfy. One size fits all. Everything here right now.
Yeah.
For you guys.
Stop
Just
by
for you.
booth 127. Give Fede some love. Give the Deiser team some love. Special thank you again here. Yeah, we'll live right here. Perfect. Yeah, I might even get a second pair this week.
So yeah, our special guest
special
is
guest?
Jimmy.
Hey, thank you for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing? Because I think you just announced something on the Alaskan community earlier today.
Yeah, so it's already been blowing up a lot. I'm doing a charity challenge. A lot of people know that I participate in Extra Life every year. So I have challenged the online community to like a post that went out. We get to 100 likes. I will donate $200 to the cause. I also have swag in my pockets if people come and find me and ask me for them.
I've been sitting next to you for 2 days, and I'm just finding this out.
It only starts for this day
So
today.
just starting today. Okay, so now I don't feel bad.
So if you come and find me, ask me for them. If I give out all of the fridge magnets, which have a QR code to my donation page as well, I'll donate another 200. If I get both of those done before Team 24 ends, I'll just up another 100, make it 500 even. So.
Oh wait, but I wasn't aware of this.
and-
This is a challenge.
It is
It
a
is a
challenge. Hence the name, Charity Challenge.
Yeah.
I also heard that Andy Gladstone, who is not here, is also matching, isn't he?
He will
Yeah.
match the online one, yes. So if we get to the 100 likes, he will be donating 200 as well. I also want to thank some of the other community leaders who've already gone in and made donations. Thank you very much for all of your support. So I appreciate that.
And we'll be sending out a link to all this after the show. Keep an eye out on our LinkedIn page. That's where we'll be posting all the links for this. Help us out here. Absolutely amazing, Jimmy.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So I think now it's time. It's not time for the quick Quizlet. We can't do it now. I mean, during team, it's a half-hour show. But I will say, let's put you in the hot seat, and let's ask the question that's on all our minds. The keynote is coming up in roughly an hour or so.
A little under, yeah.
Right. What do you think Atlassian is going to announce?
So I'm going to preface this right off the bat. I don't know this. I'm just guessing.
This is why they are
Wait.
called predictions.
Yes.
But before you even preface yours,
Yeah.
let's get the cat out of the bag. We know Mike made an announcement. You can't spell Atlassian without AI.
Yes.
So we know there's going to be a lot of AI.
That's fair.
We
Yes.
talked about it yesterday with Dr. Feifei. So we definitely know it's going to be a hot topic.
Yes.
But maybe let's dig a little deeper into what you
I'm
think there.
thinking is we heard an announcement at High Velocity that AirTrack was acquired, and they've been radio silent since. I'm curious if they're going to have something to announce about how they're going to implement that into assets, because they said it was going to be an augmentation of assets. I'm curious if they might have something now.
Okay. I will say that I hate assets. Like with the passion.
Yeah.
It's my least favorite JSM feature, mainly only because it's so freaking hard. I wish maybe with AI it'll make it a little bit easier. like analytics. I don't know. Are you an enterprise customer by any chance?
I am not.
So
unfortunately.
enterprise, you get analytics, right?
Yep.
You need like 15 PhDs to use that thing.
Okay.
Or AI.
or AI.
Or AI now, right? So that's one of my more favorite features that I'm waiting for is this ability to just
Ask questions.
ask questions. Yeah. So what else
Any other ones? Any other predictions?
I mean, we saw that they just welcomed Optic in, so I'm sure there's going to be at least something said about that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. That's actually official, and we can actually talk about that.
Mhm.
Is that before this weekend, Atlassian acquired a company called Optic. Now,
I just saw that last night.
so the question is, what is Optic? Optic is an IDE. It is a integrated development environment, and it's really specialized for developing APIs. And so what Atlassian is doing, and they've said so already, so I'm not going to be in any trouble, is they're going to take the capabilities of Optic and put them into Compass, so that Compass, when you look at components for your given project, for your given code base, it now includes APIs. So I think it's actually kind of a smart play.
Is it kind of like Java Doc?
Probably more like Postman.
Yeah, a bit. So the IDE part a bit more like Postman, but documentation could be in a Java Doc-esque
Okay.
kind of capability.
I do like the idea. One of my favorite things from TFS, at least the TFS days, was you were in your IDE and you had your quote unquote Jira within your IDE. So you never really had to leave your coding environment to be in your task tracker. So I would love to see some tighter integration between common IDEs and Jira, because to me, ever since I jumped into Jira in 2016, it's been a pain to have to go to
Haven't you seen
to your website.
like Visual Studio or
Yeah.
VS Code?
VS
Yeah,
Code?
right. That's
It's
kind of
been
what I'm talking
pretty-
about.
It's been pretty good.
But Jira, but does VS Code do Jira?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
holy
Jira
moly.
and Bitbucket. It's actually really good.
It's kind of nice.
Okay. It's also been a minute since I've coded. So, but I just like to see, I like being in my IDE and not having to worry about jumping in and out.
I don't know if this counts as a prediction or as more of a wish list, but last year, the Alaskan Creators, when we came to team, it was a 3-month-old program. It was brand new. No one was sure how it was going to work out. I think there was maybe like 10 of us there last year.
So, yeah.
But since then, the program has really ballooned, it's really grown, and it has done some crazy things. Not to be self-serving, but anyone remember a certain 24-hour live stream?
That is never going to happen again.
Yeah. Who were those
Stay
idiots?
tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. No.
I
3
would
8-hour
love to
streams.
see some mention of the wider Alaskan creator movement. But if we could also get a mention for the crazy 24-hour live stream, that would just totally make my entire trip.
Yeah, that would have made this all worth it. I don't know how much we can talk about it, but there were hints that the sessions that we were in yesterday, that certain elements from those were going to be in the keynote from today. Like they teased us with it.
I think you're going to be correct. I think Atlassian, and I think I want to say it's a double down, but I think it's actually more than a double down. It's like a triple down, quadruple down, maybe even 10 times down on building on what they released with Atlassian Intelligence late last year, and consequently kind of building on when they announced Atlassian Intelligence last year. So they're not being shy about this. They're mentioning AI in every second breath.
What was
conference.
it? I mean, why don't we segue a little bit? I know it wasn't on our schedule, but we didn't get reactions from last night's keynote, right?
No,
we can talk about that.
I think it'd be good to talk about, just for everybody that missed it, right? Last night we met with the editor-in-chief of The Economist and Dr. Feifei, who's one of the leading pioneers in AI developments here. And I think, was it Mike who said AI, and we got a whoop like within the first minute.
Yeah.
So he's like, if you guys are this excited about AI, it's going to be a great week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His words exactly. And also Dr. Feifei's quote of the day was, AI has never pissed me off. Is that what you
But
said?
people have.
but people have. But I think that one of the other notable quotes last night was from the editor-in-chief of The Economist. I think her name was Fenton.
Zenny, is that
Benny.
what it-
Okay. She stole it from Dr. Fei-Fei where she's saying that artificial intelligence is computing. And that's basically what we're looking at right now, kind of the next phase of what it means to compute.
Mhm. I think the thing that really struck me, and I'd love to get Jimmy's take on this as well, is how hopeful it sounded. Most time when we read coverage around AI, it is gloom and doom. That's going to take all the jobs. There's going to be no need for JIRA admins or any number of careers anymore.
And you can't talk about AI without throwing in a Terminator reference.
Yeah.
That's how they opened up, no?
But the talk last night had a really hopeful feel to it, saying, look, is this going to change things? Yes, it is going to drastically change things.
But so did the tractor.
But so this,
That's the one that really hit me, was the fact that they said it's not going to be an overnight, everyone's going to start adopting AI immediately. The reference to the tractor and how that massively changed the way agriculture is done.
And it wasn't a sudden shift.
No, it wasn't. But it's one of those things where, if you think about it today, no one would think twice about, a tractor being used on a farm. So,
they're synonymous almost.
Exactly. So there's probably going to become a point sometime in the distant future where this conversation of AI, it's just common part of practice.
My most memorable moment was right at the end about education.
Yes.
And the thing that stood out to me, she was like saying, like, all these kids from ages 1, 2, all the way through your 18, sometimes even 22, 23, these are your prime years of growth. And everything you're learning for that period of time, ChatGPT can answer in milliseconds. Why learn it? And so she's like, we're wasting so much capacity during these such critical developmental years to maybe learn something different.
For me, it was also the fact that you learn all the way up until that point, and then you're done. And it's
that was interesting too.
Like, I've seen that most of the successful people say, I'm a lifelong learner. And it's just yes, because you didn't stop learning at that point.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Like, at least in my culture, right? Get through high school, you succeeded in life. Because that's all you needed to do, because none of our parents ever went to school, right? So
I was the first person in at least the 4 generations I know about to graduate college. And I have like 3 older cousins, a whole bunch of aunts, uncles, grandparents, all that. And education wasn't a thing because
it just wasn't.
but me, I'm from the time I was young, it's like you will always keep learning. And because I went into computers, kind of have to keep up, because AI wasn't a thing
Right.
when I went to school 20 years ago. There was a whole bunch of PMs weren't a thing when I originally went to school, and they're ubiquitous within IT now.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder, like, again, education, how that's going to change, technology, right? These kids, like my son, my generation, my kid's generation, he came out holding an iPad. Like, they've been on iPad since day one. I didn't have the internet until 1998, so I was 10 years old. I know you're part of the 60s club, 70s club. Yeah, dial up.
To be clear, that's not because he is 70. That's because he was born in the 1970s.
The proud Gen Xer here. So
see, look, and they just keep bringing socks. So definitely come by booth 127.
Exactly. There's a lot of socks, man. There's so
Lots
many
and
socks.
lots
You
of socks.
should come and
Now
check
I
them
feel
out.
bad that they yelled
Yeah.
at me yesterday.
Exactly. Well, and before you finish the broadcast, let me know, because I have a surprise for you,
Okay,
three.
awesome.
And a little surprise for you too, Jimmy.
Wow.
Yeah, because we really like that you come to the booth, and you chose also us, in order to do the stream, and hopefully, it's a good one, and we have a lot of new things, presented today at the keynote.
Well, special thank you again for letting us be here. I know it's hard. Luckily, right now it's kind of quiet, but yesterday it was madness. So
Yeah.
special thank you.
Well, don't worry. Pleasure. Anytime.
All right, so that's any other memorable moments from last night's keynote?
I mean,
Okay, there one word comes to my mind. Crocod Duck.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was
hashtag Crocod Duck.
hashtag, yeah. That was a very interesting moment.
So in the middle of the keynote, Mike brings up a picture, and we don't have it available for us to share right now.
But definitely watch the replay of the keynote. That should have been live stream, right?
Yeah, that was
they
live
live
stream.
streamed that.
So it should be available right now on the conference website. But it was a picture of a duck with crocodile head, and it was from an early testing sample they used.
2010-ish.
Yeah, from 2010-ish, where they're testing these visual recognition AIs they were generating on kind of obscure pictures. And to do it, they just searched the internet for memes. And one of the things they found was this Crocod Duck. So I think there's a movement within the creator community to get Crocod Duck trending today.
Okay, we'll have to make it happen.
Jimmy, what else are you excited for here?
Uh,
I know you and I got a thing going on a little later today.
we do, yes.
How
It's
do
definitely
you feel about that?
Equal parts excited and terrified.
It's fun.
Which means you're going to do awesome.
You'll be the
Yeah.
fourth person, so we've ironed out all the kinks.
All the kinks.
I
No,
always
you
have
can always find new ones.
I always have that fear of forgetting to hit record
I
and
mean,
driving around for 20
my
minutes.
passion is certifications. So right after the keynote, there's going to be a certification panel, which I believe
I'm
you
on
are
too.
on.
I am on.
They were on the hunt for people that had completed the certifications for the first time, and of course,
as most recently as
the
possible.
being the excellent producer that I am, I claim credit for like shoving Alex into the fray. And
Thank you so much,
they-
man.
to be fair, the certification team, Marie and Joanna, they already had Alex in mind, so this was kind of a no-brainer.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to be at that panel. It's certifications are close to me, so
Awesome. Yeah, and then I'm excited for the panel, my first panel. I'm excited for our little one-on-one. I think you'll have fun.
I know
we-
we're going to have fun.
We had 3 people. Andy, Foundman Andy, and I. We were in it, but we got lost. we-
Oh, no.
We didn't know where the destination was. There was a difference of opinions of where Andy needed to be dropped off. So I'm driving around like a madman around the fashion mall here.
Yeah.
And then a little later in the day, we got some B-rolls of the Bellagio and the fountains. Those are on a timer.
Yeah.
So naturally, we're driving around the ballet, the Bellagio in circles, waiting to cast a shot as the things shoot up. So sorry, apologize to the Bellagio security there for freaking you out. Luckily, I have a white Tesla, and everybody else has a white Tesla, and so it could have been any other Tesla going around 50 times, but it wasn't. It was just me. And then we went and did it in Paris, so that was
Nice.
fun. So I think you're gonna like it.
I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
All
Yeah.
right. So what else have we got going on? Any predictions for tomorrow for Jason Sudeikis and what's his name, Coach
Brendan,
Beard?
I
Brendan
have-
Hunt.
Yeah,
I
Brendan
have a
Hunt, Coach
confession
Beard?
to make
What's that?
to all the TGL fans out there, to everyone here. I still haven't watched.
Oh my gosh!
All right.
That's
Technically,
automatic.
I
Where's the
have.
mute button for you? You're off the podcast.
I technically didn't watch it till the flight down when it was on the airplane, and I'm like, oh, I should check it out. So.
You should. I think it's a
Yes.
great show.
It's,
did-
it's a revolutionary
Yeah,
show.
Mark Kruth is just right over here, and I've already asked him if we can expect for him to run on stage and just have a total fanboy moment. And he said,
I would be surprised if he doesn't. I'd be more surprised if he does not.
I mean, at this point, it's a matter of keeping your job. Scott, is he going to be here? Has anybody heard?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
supposed
he's
to be
here.
at the keynote.
When the one,
I know he is here because I saw some pictures from Partner Day. He was there
Okay.
taking pictures with some of the award winners.
Do you think we'll get some pictures opportunities with the?
I think
Maybe
there's
tonight?
a possibility for
I think
that.
there's a
Maybe tonight?
possibility for that.
Yeah.
I know that I had a booth or I had something scheduled today, and it got moved out because of someone being in a certain special place. So definitely keep your eyes peeled when you're on the floor. The executives tend to walk the floor every once in a while, so
Yep.
definitely keep your eyes
That's
peeled.
true.
All right, well,
So
we're
we got
coming
about,
down here to the tail end here, so let's open up for
One
last comment here.
last news item, this is actually public knowledge. I am not violating any sort of agreement or anything like that.
you hear that, Lauren?
So, some news as far as the what is going on with Atlas. So,
What is Atlas?
Atlas was officially released. Was a product officially released 2 years ago. It's meant to allow for the collection of project data, particularly status data, and to communicate that out in a more public manner, so you could and see whether or not they're reaching toward specific goals.
And a month or two ago, they jammed it into everybody Jira's projects.
Because Atlas is coming to an end. All of those features of Atlas are being jammed
Jimmy's face, I'm so
into.
glad we caught that. that will be a
Yeah,
short.
mark it. This is
the
going to
tell them 25 minutes into it.
Yes. So all of those, the reason why all those features are being jammed into Jira is because Atlas as a product will cease to exist.
So
everything
I'm
is going to be
curious.
absorbed.
I'm curious because Atlas feels very enterprise to me,
Mhm.
and a project feels very intimate to me. How does that work?
I still think it's really just kind of a matter of scale. Even if you're on a team or on a project, you're still going to have goals.
You are right, but I'm saying when you're in Atlas, it feels like you're setting goals for your company. When you're in a project, you're usually setting goals for your team. So I
think the
feel like there's a different
challenge-
use case there.
So I've been using Atlas since it was called Watermelon. That's how
You're on the fruit.
And
By
that's
the way,
how-
for anybody that does Atlassian trivia, if you ever participate in anything, the code words are fruits.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
for future trivia, you will get that answer correct.
And
Because
what
I
I
got it
actually
wrong.
found out from a PM today, or yesterday, sorry, is the reason it was watermelon is that is actually a project problem where it's green until it's red. So
Right.
that's why Atlas ended up being called that. The biggest challenge I think they had was getting people to go to a different tool to write a status update.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of the stuff kept coming into Jira, and there was just this deep integration. And I think it ended up being, well, people are just going to write it in Jira anyway. They feel like they're copying it over to a different product. So I was shocked to hear, but at the same time,
Well,
not
the-
surprised.
Andy's telling us that there was a single unified Jira. There was an article in the community already.
I apparently missed some things.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
It
it's in your
technically,
name.
And I read that article too about a single unified Jira. I think we're going to hear more about that in the keynote today.
so stay tuned, folks.
All right, well, we're
Yeah,
down to the
let's
last.
get-
Let's get
Betty
the
in
Deiser
here.
team in here.
First of all, we want to give some socks, to Jimmy
thank
in
you.
order for him
Appreciate
to have them, and then just allow me one thing right here. We have a token of appreciation, and we have excuse me,
I got that.
one Deiser bag for each with all the starter pack, the several swag things as a token of our appreciation.
Thank
for
you so much.
choosing us, and for always saying yes anytime that we.
When everybody else says no.
Yeah, exactly. When everybody else is not, because the Jira Live, you don't choose the Jira Live, the Jira Live chooses you.
Yeah.
And you always say yes to anything, collaborations and stuff, and I really appreciate it. And you're a big part of the Alaskan Creators program, and we want to show our appreciation. And wait a second, we don't only have one.
I know.
Oh,
Oh,
That's one for you.
thank you. Oh, they have
Oh.
names.
Thank you. Oh, these
heavy-
these are a little hefty here.
You can
Thank
bring a
you so
lot of
much.
stuff from around the other-
I've been lifting. I haven't had a chance to go to the gym this week.
So
but-
if you're at home, folks, definitely check out Deiser's apps. There's Budgetly, there's Project Track, there's GoMood. They have so much going on. Definitely give them a
Qspot too. That's a free one, for ITSM.
What's the new one that you guys launched? You had a new one, right?
Go Mood and
Yeah.
Budgety.
Okay.
Those are the two new ones.
Yeah.
The budget tracking, cost tracking, Budgety, and Go Mood. Discover the customer sphere. Customer experience, focusing on ITSM too. So go ahead, check them out. They're in the Atlassian marketplace, 30-day free trial, and so on. So we'll be right here if you need more information. And you are also welcome to ask us, through our support channels and so on. Thank you very much.
Bonus points if you speak Spanish.
Yeah, also
bonus
bonus
point.
if you speak Spanish, but we speak any language. At least we try to.
Exactly. And then, so yeah, booth 127.
That's it.
Yep.
You can't miss them. They're right at the entrance. So as you're coming into the expo,
Mhm.
hook a right there, and
Exactly.
they're right there, so you can't miss them.
Exactly. Thank you very much
So
for being
again,
here,
Fede,
guys.
thank you so much. Appreciate the gifts. We'll give you a hug a little
Thank
later.
you, Fede.
So, Jira Life, Jira Amigos, Peanut Gallery. We're not done today. This is our first live stream of the day.
This is one of two.
Yeah,
Ugh.
we will be back at 4 p.m. this afternoon, Pacific time. That is 7 p.m. Eastern time.
We have one of these, so if you're on the expo floor, make sure you stop by, grab one of these. I had it here.
Okay.
Stop by the expo floor and pick up your schedule.
I'm watching the time delay, so
Pick up the and then we have a fun little bingo. We have all the creators. Fede, I think I got you on there.
Fede
Maybe?
is on there.
Fede, you're on there. So
Nice.
if you see a swarm of people come and take selfies with you, there is a special prize. So check out the different creators are in the bingo card in the back.
You need to
Schedule
get
on
a
the front.
selfie with them.
Yeah, you need a selfie. First person to come to one of the to Bob or one of the hosts here gets a prize that I have to go still secure from Lauren. But we have a prize. Maybe we'll get some socks out from Deiser. All right.
And remember, we didn't choose the Jira Life. The Jira Life chose us.
Oh, we got 8.